What's up, Dragon Brood? So today we have some kind of last minute news that I think really surprised some people, and I kind of want to give my spin on it, kind of talk about the good and the bad of this. But what I'm getting at is just a few minutes ago at about 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, I received an email saying that there's no longer going to be streamer early access events for set releases. Yep, you heard it right. No more streamer early access events, but let's talk about the good and the bad as far as that goes. So yeah, no early access event this go around for Strixhaven, and they actually said in the announcement no more going forward. So that program's going to be canceled. Now, is that a terribly bad thing? Like, I don't know. Like, it was kind of a little bit convoluted anyway because you had tons of creators all streaming on the same day, and some people still weren't getting traction. But kind of makes sense when you have literally everybody doing the same thing on the same day. Well, it's going to be hard to really be seen if you're a smaller creator anyway, when everybody was coming to see their favorite streamers or creators or whatever, right? So that kind of makes sense. Was it a bonus for the bigger creators? Like, yeah, kind of. It kind of helped guide your content for a day. You knew you were going to get some guaranteed eyes. And it was a little bit of a head start to get to work on a few things. And, there were creators like myself that basically spent the week beforehand putting out deck lists constantly on YouTube. So I had deck lists to play and gave my viewers something to look forward to on streamer early access. So that's going to be a downside for me. I have to reshape my content a little bit. I'll probably still put out new decks, but kind of now the purpose and the goal is going to have to change. So I'll have to put some time into thinking about that. Now, is it a loss to the community? Only a little bit. Like, one of the neat things is you did get to see a lot of the new deck ideas, and you got to see kind of new strategies for drafting and things like that, from some of your favorite creators that were actually well versed in those things. Now, granted, I didn't do much in draft, but I did a lot for standard. So you can get a leg up kind of seeing some content I may plan to do in the near future, some deck ideas, or get to see some cards and how those work when they're brand new. And that's always really cool. And maybe it incentivizes some people to spend wild cards or cash or whatever to pick up certain cards in the near future because they saw how they worked early. But the other side of that is, did it really matter when it's only a day early? Like, anybody who's curious can still just wait a day, come watch one of my streams, because it's still in my best interest as a creator to go ahead and open some packs, play, and build up some things so people can see some decks, right? And anybody who's interested can still go find their favorite creators and see what kind of stuff they're working on and then decide then if they like certain cards or not. So I don't think that's a loss. And also, we've been experiencing issues, and I don't know if maybe it was the size of the program or switching department heads or whatever it was, but it actually had been a little tough, and it felt like we were getting closer and closer to the deadline with each set when we were going to hear information. I mean, as an example, this one was, 36 hours before the set was going to go live, something like that. So, I mean, maybe it was already becoming an issue and becoming a bit of a burden the way it was. Now, what does this mean going forward? That's the interesting part, because they do have a Discord set up for people that were in the creator program and still decided to leave that up, and they do specifically mention that will be the point of contact for future creator endeavors. Now, what that means, I have no idea whatsoever, but it does say that they are working on something else and have some other ideas that they do want to leave the door open for. Do we know who's going to stay in the program, who's going to get booted, how many people are going to get added? We know none of that at this point. We just know that as it stands, no more early access events, but there is still the idea that there's going to be something for a creator program. That's the good news. They did also decide to give us creators a number of codes that we can issue out to our communities in various ways to give away some Strixhaven booster packs. That's also a thumbs up. Now, is it as exciting as getting to watch us play with the new cards? Not quite the same. But it is cool that we have some things that we can give away, whether we do it on just our social media, whether we do random drawings or whatever. Like, I'll probably do some stuff on streams where I award them randomly, or maybe we do some type of drawing where we give some away, and that'd be cool. So I mean, it's a way to create engagement if you're good and creative with those things. So it's nice that they at least threw us a bone and gave us something for being part of the program. And in some ways, I'd almost argue for some creators that could be better than even having the early access if nobody was going to come see you play anyway. What would I like to see this turn into going forward? That's really difficult. I think maybe we could do something. I like, if I'm being super candid and I'm being absolutely honest, at the end of the day, I don't know if it's a program that should just be open to absolutely everybody, because I don't think Wizards nor the creators are getting as big of a benefit when it's just a convoluted just pile of people. Now, how do you decide who's in there? I think that's a different thing for Wizards to decide. Whether you're doing it on certain metrics, quality of content, who knows what, whatever they want to use to judge it. But I think they could be more precise, they can be more directive, and just get better results and have people doing better content really supporting their stuff. I mean, we talked about this earlier on a Facebook chain I'm part of with some friends, and one of the things I mentioned was like, what's the motivation of somebody to make better content if they're already getting one of the best rewards? So if you do allow something like that, then there needs to be a better reward for driving yourself harder or doing something better, or I don't know. There's got to be a way to measure that though to make it more interesting. Not sure what that would be just yet. But are there other things we can do other than stuff? Oh, absolutely. I think we could do more features of different creators and streamers. We could put more of their streams up on the main Magic channel that people would be looking for. We could raid them more often. We could even put like some of the community events that some of these different streamers are part of, or when they're doing fundraisers or whatever, those could be put on the Wizards main channel. I think there's a lot of ways we could use the creator program to get more eyes, more reach on a lot of these creators and a lot of their efforts. So really, I would rather see it almost focus more on all these things that the creators are doing and helping raise the creators up that are being good voices for Magic and being good voices for Wizards of the Coast and their games, and not just, hey, here's a bone because you stream, you get to show off some cards. I think we could do so much more. And again, like I said, maybe even shout outs on Twitter whenever some of them have funny tweets or have a high engagement thing, or maybe go to them and say, hey, you're a really good cosplayer. We have this idea for like a cool photo shoot or whatever. Great. Let's work with some of those creators and do a neat thing, right? Granted, I'm talking about post-COVID, obviously, but there are things we can do. Right? Way more things we can do than just, hey, go stream our stuff. Not that that's bad. I think there's a place for it. I think it's useful. But like I said, I have all these ideas of things I think we could do that are way better than just simply putting the creators on a thing to just show off cards. Because right now, that's really kind of what was happening. It was do that, just play Arena, you get some codes to give away to your community, and you get some 1,000 gem codes or whatever for yourself. Right? That's kind of it. There wasn't much else. Now, with this kind of going away, now there's more incentive, I think, for both Wizards and the creators to try to push for something a little bit better. Now, will we get it? That's a different story. We just don't have streamer early access. So I wanted to put this out there, partly for my community to say like, hey, sorry, I won't be streaming those events we've been talking about. But the other part of this, just to put this out there so people know it's not happening any longer. As always, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And if you haven't checked it out, come by and watch me on my streams over on Twitch, on Facebook Gaming. Come say hi, be part of my stuff, and, you know, maybe we'll make some more fun content together, even without these early access events. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.